Kevin Perteete here. Today I'm going to talk to you about the Freemasons. I have an edited seminar from Bill Cooper who's going to explain to you the symbology and the connection of the JFK assassination by the Freemasons on November 22nd, 1963. I'll be back afterwards.
Dallas, Texas, ladies and gentlemen, is on the 33rd parallel, or the 33rd degree of latitude. This is significant, as the highest degree in the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry is the 32nd degree. The 33rd degree is only awarded to those who contribute significantly to the furtherance of the plan or the completion of the great work. The great work being the bringing into the world of the New World Order, the one world totalitarian socialist government, ruled by illumined man, and the number of that man is 666. This is Dealey Plaza, and the occult symbolism in Dealey Plaza is overwhelming for those who understand it, who have studied it, who can recognize it. The first thing you will notice is that Dealey Plaza is in the shape of a truncated pyramid. The top is cut off by the railroad overpass. In other words, the pyramid has no capstone. You'll also notice that the large pyramid of Dealey Plaza is divided into two smaller pyramids by Main Street running through the center of Dealey Plaza, making three total triangles or pyramids, with the three eyes of the pyramid being the three underpasses underneath the railroad overpass. So you will notice that there are three pyramids and three eyes in the pyramids. 3 and 3 are 6 for the first 6. And on top of the courthouse, we see the symbol of the ancient Order of the Dragon, also known as the Order of the Snake, the Order, the Illuminati. I have always been amazed whenever I visit Dealey Plaza and I see people walking around not realizing where they're at or the significance of any of the symbolism which surrounds them, almost overwhelms. Here you see the symbol of Osiris, or Ra, reflected in the pool. You will see the same thing in Washington, D.C. The obelisk is the representation of the sun, the light, Lucifer, the intellect. The reflecting pool is the symbol of the moon, or the mystery religion, the school. Osiris is the doctrine, Isis is the church. Now remember this story, and remember the significance of the penis. For when Jim Garrison arrested Clay Shaw and they searched his home, this is what they found.
There were marble statues of penises on his dresser.
Bill Cooper said that he tried to talk to Oliver Stone during the making of JFK so he could give him some insight on the information that he found during his research of the assassination of JFK by the Freemasons. But he said Oliver Stone wouldn't talk to him. Bill said after he watched the movie, he realized why.
I never thought things were the same after that.
You will too, at the end of the scene.
Vietnam started for real. There was an era of, I don't know, make-believe in the Pentagon and CIA. Those of us who'd been in secret ops since the beginning knew the Warren Commission was fiction. But there was something deeper, uglier. I know Alan Dulles very well. I briefed him many a time in his house. But for the life of me, I still can't figure out why he was appointed to investigate Kennedy's death, the man who had fired him. Dulles, by the way, was General Wyeth's benefactor. I got out in '64. Resigned my commission. I never realized Kennedy was so dangerous to the establishment. Is that why? Well, that's a real question, isn't it? Why? The how and the who is just scenery for the public. Oswald, Ruby, Cuba, the Mafia, keeps them guessing like some kind of parlor game, prevents them from asking the most important question, why? Why was Kennedy killed? Who benefited? Who has the power to cover it up? Who?
Then he shows you who right in front of your face. The next clip is from an American Journal TV show that I recorded in 96 or 98.
Did I have to climb naked into a coffin?
The governor never did answer our question. Senator Chafee denied the coffin story, but refused to describe his initiation.
Let your imagination run wild, and that'll intrigue everybody.
Bonesmen also refused to talk about what's inside their mysterious mausoleum, but we cracked that wall of secrecy by following this man out of the shadowy tomb. He turned out to be Willie Melton, the society's cook.
You ever seen any skulls in there?
I've had a slight look at some of them.
How many skulls have you seen?
I don't know, maybe 15, 20, 25 or so.
25 skulls?
Possibly.
Melton says some of the skulls are those of former members, and at least one other came from an Indian grave.
The fact that they were actually tampering with human remains was overwhelming, to say the least.
Ned Anderson, an Apache leader, says this is a picture taken inside the tomb, a picture of a skull belonging to the Indian warrior Geronimo. Anderson says the skull was dug up in Fort Sill, Oklahoma, by none other than Bonesman Prescott Bush, George Bush's father. The society has denied possessing Geronimo's skull, but Anderson says Bonesman did admit having the skull of an Indian child.
Whether the remains belong to a 1-year-old person, a 10-year-old person, Geronimo's, whoever's, it's still not right, it's still not good.
The most intense debate over the society concerns what the members do once they graduate from Yale. Many of them meet each summer on this private island in upstate New York, and they certainly do plenty of networking in the worlds of business and politics. For example, George Bush was sworn in as vice president by Supreme Court Justice Potter Stewart, a Bonesman. Bush then hired Bonesman Christopher Buckley, Bill Buckley's son, as a speechwriter. As president, Bush even appointed a Bonesman, Richard Moore, as his ambassador to Ireland. Connections like these have fueled conspiracy theories from right-wing extremists.
Some of their people who have stepped out of those coffins have become some of the most powerful people in the world.
Jack McLam, a former Phoenix police officer and leader of the so-called Patriot movement, offers an outlandish analysis of the skull and bones.
They do network together to control the economy, the educational system, the religions of the world, the politics of the world.
Are we plotting the destruction of the nation? Of course not. Nonsense.
But there's no doubt the society has produced an influential old boys club, a club which continues to grow along with the public's fascination about what really goes on behind their closed doors.
Fascinating. And we're also told that members wear a special gold and diamond pin at gatherings, but they are not allowed to wear it in public. It's also said they take the pins off for another reported skull and bones activity, naked mud wrestling. Ooh.
All right, now I know I can't explain to you the whole Freemason society in 10 minutes or less, but my point is to show you that this is their symbol of power. This is in front of a billionaire or millionaire's house in a private neighborhood in LA that you need special access to get into to see. And the next thing is a couple pages from my book. This is a hotel in the top picture that I sued. They have an obelisk there in their lobby, a cemetery, the Luxor, and of course the tallest, biggest one in the world is the Washington Monument in Washington, D.C. This is to let you know that they're in control and this is their power symbol. Okay? And the next picture is of the serpent head sticking out of the downtown library saying bright, which means the serpent is all knowledge, intellect, serpent, the snake, the devil, etc. And then there's the words Illuminati inscribed in the steps right below it. Now, many TV shows and movies always use these obelisks in the background. Here's the Jeffersons. What do you see on the table right there? An obelisk. Now, I don't know if these actors and actresses are all a part of it or if it's the producers and the creators of the shows that put them back there to let you know who's in control. And here, Michael Jackson's Thriller. What do you see? the same obelisk again. And then Eddie Murphy was just honored recently. And, you know, once again, what do you see behind Chris Rock? So I know about the whole Gay Ballet Society and the whole Dave Chappelle incident in Hollywood. It's a lot of crazy stuff going on. Make up your own mind.
Adam Sandler. I was going to wear a suit for Tracy Tucker. I'm tired of my life after you and Evil Knievel. He is a true movie star. Tyler Perry.
Love it, America.
Russell Brand.
He is the Rosa Parks of tight trousers.
Martin Lawrence.
This has got to be the baddest man I ever seen.
Jamie Foxx. And more.
Let me tell you something. Eddie Murphy is the greatest of all time.
Let's all vote.
But I know they would love for you to grab a mic and do what you do.
This is my night.